I'm with the band. Music and interviews you're going to like.
Welcome to I'm with the band here on the Mesh Podcast Network. I am your host for this episode, Andrew Moose. If this is your first time listening to I'm with the band invites musicians of all types to discuss their current projects, their touring lives, and their lives as musicians. We'd love for you to go and hit that subscribe button on whatever platform you're using right now so that you can get I'm with the band episodes beamed directly to you whenever we drop an episode. Or just go tell a friend about us. That'd be great too. If you're considering advertising here on the Mesh Podcast Network, it's a great way to reach a targeted audience. And I've heard the people who listen to the Mesh Podcast Network are rich and they're beautiful, and all they want to do is spend money with your company. So go to themesh.tv/advertise for more information. So guys, today I have a very special guest. Back in the day, they said James Brown was the hardest working man in show business, and I just don't believe him. It's this guy. My guest today on I'm with the band is the hardest working man in show business, Charlotte, North Carolina-based music machine, Mr. Josh Daniel. What's up, dude?
Hey, man. Thank you for having me. This is awesome.
Oh, no problem, man. Thank you so much for joining us, man. I know that you have a super busy schedule this week. So, Josh, tell me a little bit about what you've got going on right now, man. And I know that, because of the quarantine, you've been unable to, play out live for your adoring fans. And you've definitely flipped the script and made it into a positive thing. Tell us what you've got going on.
Well, at the beginning of the shutdown here in our county, Mecklenburg, which is, in Charlotte, I just said, hey, I'm going to go live every single day, guys. I'm committing every day till, while we're shut down. And here we are 7 months later, 234 days.
That's remarkable.
Consecutive.
We're recording this on November 5th. And so it's how many, 200, how many?
234 is today.
Holy cow, man. That's dedication. And just to see where it's come from, day one to day 230-ish.
Yeah.
It's amazing. You've actually built a structure and, all kinds of stuff.
It's kind of a community now. It's like everyone is involved, especially in the chats and things like that, and just the support for each other. We have an awesome crew. I mean, it's a little overwhelming sometimes to even try to look at the comments because there's just so many, because there's so many people on there. They're on there every day. They're interacting with me. I'm asking, all right, what are we feeling today, guys? What kind of songs are we, what do you feel like? What's the mood? What day of the week is it? What's going on in the world? Those all affect kind of the set list thing. But so they're bouncing ideas back and forth off of me. My right hand man is in Raleigh. He's on his computer. He's also interacting with them and giving them information. If people are looking for certain things or whatever. So it's just a lot of just like community. It's that has sprung up out of, I think, just a lot of people being stuck at home and not being able to satisfy their live music habit, that we all have in this community. And I'm providing them with an interactive, concert experience. My sound is all upgraded and sounds really good. And I had that rolling from day one. And so I think that helps a lot. A lot of folks put on the earbuds or they put it on their widescreen. And
no kidding, man. And I catch you a lot. Every time you go live on Facebook, I get a notification from you, and I catch a little bit of it. But, man, just about every day, and I'm just so it just warms my heart to see what you're doing, man. Because there's a lot of folks out there, especially in our music community, that man, they look at you and they are just they think it's awesome, and I think it's awesome. I'm definitely what you call us the Jamily, I guess.
Jamily, yeah. Those guys kind of named themselves. It's just everything has kind of happened organically, and we're not paying to get these streams out or anything. This is just like word of mouth, just like the old fashioned way of doing things, but it's a digital way, but it is organic. And these guys people started jumping on. They're like, I jumped in at day 7 or day 89 or day 50. And then they count their shows and stuff. And they're like, I've seen this many shows. I mean, it's wild. It's kind of like being on a virtual tour in a way. And I've tried to, change it up.
Never ending virtual tour.
Yeah. I don't know when it's going to end. I mean, I'm having a really fun time with it. If I didn't enjoy doing it, I wouldn't do it. I mean, and people ask me like, aren't you tired of playing music? I'm like, no. I was like, I mean, I'm excited about 5 o'clock today. I mean, like,
for sure, man.
But
this isn't outside your scope, man. You were working hard and playing a lot of dates before the quarantine too.
Probably 250 a year. So, I mean, I mean, that's a lot, but it's not every day, you know?
Right.
But I was ready and prepared and, you know, I come from that jam band kind of background, so I'm used to playing, you know, a couple hours. I'm used to listening to a lot of different music and playing a bunch of different songs.
1, 2, 3, reggaeton.
I've been walking on the ladder's been throwing salt shakers in the wind, try to keep from sin this time. It's got to be different, you see, yeah. I've been down so long living in this town, I gotta free my soul, wanna move around this town. It's got to be different, well, you see, 'cause I ain't got time to sit and wonder why, 'cause time can ease your pain, make you understand me, you understand me, yeah. Looking out on the evening rain, sometimes it's hard to believe it's not falling on me tonight. Oh, it's got to be different. Out on the sidewalk late last night, I didn't step on any cracks, just welcome the light of dawn. It's got to be different, oh, you see, yeah. 'Cause well, I ain't got time to sit and wonder why, oh, 'cause time can't ease your pain, make you understand me, well, you understand me, yeah. 'Cause after the rain came down and those heavy dark clouds, sun is shining on me. Oh, I caught a lucky day, chase all my blues away, but they're all gone. Oh, 'cause well, I ain't got time to sit and wonder why. Oh, 'cause time can't ease your pain, make you understand me, you understand me, yeah.
Right on, man. And you and I both have a huge affinity for the Grateful Dead, man. And I love how you weave a lot of the Dead songs into your set list, and and you do them really well, man. They're great.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Yeah, we've got, we started keeping a spreadsheet and account and all that stuff. And so every time I play a set list, that set list goes into a program and it spits them out. And so we're over 800 unique songs in the past 7 months. That includes a bunch of songs I wrote, a bunch of songs like our friends wrote, like Larry Keel and Acoustic Syndicate, and then like songs, from everyone from, of course, the Grateful Dead and the band and the Beatles, but just quirky stuff like Madonna and I did The Gambler on the day that, Kenny Rogers died. And anytime anybody's passed, unfortunately, we've had a few giants pass away just during the
We have John Prine.
Bill Withers' day was awesome, and the John Prine. It's like there's so many good songs out there, and I love to just take them and see what happens with them, explore them, go into other songs from those songs. It's just a lot of fun.
Sometimes in our lives, we all have pain, we all have sorrow, but it won't be long. All we know that there's always all tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. For it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Please swallow your mind if I have things that you need to borrow. For no one can fill all of the needs. Oh, if you won't show them all, but to lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I help you carry on. Oh, it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Just call brother if you need a favor. You don't need nobody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you'll understand. We all need somebody to lean on. Oh, if there's a load that you gotta bear, all that you can't carry, I'm right up the road. I'll share your load, and oh, if you only call me, to Lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. All for it won't be long that I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Oh, yeah. Somebody to lean on. For it won't be too long, oh, till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on.
Yeah, man, those segues are really good, and they're really thought out, and that's what I think that's what sets you apart. I'm not trying to blow smoke up your nothing, but I think that's what sets you apart from a lot of the folks streaming out there. Is it is thought out, and I think you do have. I think you've got a bigger purpose too, man. And and I'd like to talk to you a little bit about that. And whenever you and I have talked a few times about different events and things like that going on in our area.
Yeah.
But I didn't really I don't really know your family so well, but through this quarantine streaming, I've got to virtually meet your family and Sonny in particular, and man, that little guy, he's great. I'd love for you to tell our folks about his story and what you're doing.
He's 2 and he'll be 3 in December. So he's still pretty young, but on my birthday, which was about 3 weeks into the shutdown, he had to go in for surgery at Levine Children's Hospital. So this whole thing has kind of been going on just in midst of what's going on musically. So, so Sonny has a pretty rare genetic syndrome that causes bone fusions. And so his skull has fusions in it, and those have to be relieved so his brain can grow. So his doctor's been watching him for these past 2.5 years. And making sure he had room for his brain to grow. And then when it was like, okay, guys, we've got to relieve some pressure, let his brain grow. So that's something that can't be put off. You know what I mean? It has to happen right then. So that was it just so happened to fall on my birthday, which is March 30th. And so Sonny went in for major surgery when they're opening up your skull like that. So he went in for surgery. He was in Levine for 7 days in the NICU, and those guys are wonderful over there. We've got in Charlotte here is one of the world-class children's hospitals. So and his surgeon is amazing as well. He's a total artist at what he does too. So that was going on in the middle of this whole streaming thing, and that day, I'm still every day I'm still playing. I came back. My wife stayed at the hospital. I came back home, did my stream, and then I went back to the hospital. Didn't really say much about it because it's just kind of a private thing that we haven't even really, we haven't really shared. I mean, we share with our friends and things like that in person, but I've never posted anything on social media. But, so I continued to play. Still didn't say anything about it. And then the day that he came home, the kids in the neighborhood made a big sign for him that said, "Welcome home, Sonny," and, "We love you," and things like that, And it was on our front door, and I was playing in the front yard right in front of where I've been playing. In the springtime when it's nice, I'm outside playing. And so I was in my front yard, and people on the stream are saying, "Oh, where's welcome home, Sonny? Where's he been?" And so I shared it at that point. I said, "Look, he was in the hospital. He's doing amazing. Thank you guys." And so the outpouring from the fans was just really just sweet. They've sent flowers and notes, and we had no idea. Just they're concerned about him because they've seen him on camera even up to that point. And so, that kind of opened the door, and we realized that how many people we were reaching. I mean, this is, I'm flipping on, and it's 500, 600, 700, I'm just a ton of people are watching at this point. And so we started to put our heads together and came up with a couple of nonprofit organizations that have to do with what we're dealing with, specifically with Sonny. And so we've been doing little, fundraisers this whole time, 5 months or so. And, we've benefited 3 different charities, and we've raised over $35,000. So.
Yeah, that's amazing, man. And I know there's going to be a lot of kids that'll really appreciate all that hard work, man. That's
I think so. And it's all good things. The first one we did was for Sonny's surgeon, which his name is Dave Matthews, actually, which I was,
David J. Matthews.
Yeah. So, that's, I feel like everything has a musical connection with us, but,
right.
Anyway, that's his name, but he has a nonprofit organization. He goes overseas. He performs these life-saving operations for kids that can't afford it. So we gave directly to that charity. Then we said, okay, he stayed at Levine. We love these guys. Let's give them. So we did one for them. And then the third one, which we just wrapped up like 2 weeks ago, is really dear to our hearts. And it's the Craniofacial Children's Association out of Texas. And they are an organization that educates, children and things like that, children and grown people too, but on the importance of accepting people that have facial differences or have differences like that. Sure. So it's really an organization that promotes kindness, and they also help families directly. And their donations were way down, and they're just so thrilled that we came together. And I was shooting for, I wanted to do 10,000 was my goal, and we ended up getting right about 25,000 to those guys.
Hell yeah, man. That's awesome.
It was amazing.
That's great.
Couldn't have done it without all the folks at home, tuning in, and the folks
for
in
sure.
Charlotte got a great crew here in Charlotte too. So, and
well, right on, man. Well, if
like
we'll link back, we'll link back to all these, all the ways that you can help Josh and his charities. It'll be in the description. You guys can click on that, and there'll be ways to donate there.
Thank you.
So, good job, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Just switching gears a little bit. I know you put on an annual Thanksgiving show every year, and I'm sure it looks like it's going to be a little bit different this year. You do the last waltz around Thanksgiving every year, right?
We've been doing it the day after Thanksgiving. Some years we've done 2 nights. Some years we've taken it on the road and done it the night before Thanksgiving. But in Charlotte, we've been doing it the Friday after Thanksgiving for this will be the 9th year in a row. And it's, we've been talking about it for a couple months now. What are we going to do? I mean, the Visualite is closed. The Fillmore is closed. The theater's closed. And I mean, we don't want to be inside with people.
Sure. Yeah. But by the way.
So we've come up and I was, lucky this summer. I got to play a couple outdoor drive-in type of things, with Larry Keel. And then I did one also with my Dead cover band that I front.
Right.
But it was all outside and everything. And so, we were thinking about that, and we found a awesome property to do this thing. And we've got 100 tickets, car tickets, and everybody's in their square, and we have a big stage. It's going to be a great time. So we're doing it at 2 p.m, because it's the warmest time of the day. So,
yeah.
So we've thought ahead on these things, and we've got Southern Strain Brewery out there in Concord, and they're going to be providing the beer and food too. And it's just gonna be a great time. And so
nice, man. Well,
I'm really
looking forward to that too.
Doing this, I didn't want the tradition to go away.
Right. Yeah. And I think that's the most important thing for a lot of these events, and just about everything. We got to keep some sort of sense of normalcy, and even if we have to adapt, we can still get through this, and we can still do the same fun things.
Yeah.
I went to a drive-in show last weekend, and it was great. It was on an abandoned golf course with Green Sky Bluegrass.
Yeah.
And
oh yeah,
man, it was one of the best Granted, it was odd for the first little bit, but it is one of the neater concert experiences that you can go to.
I mean, I'll take anything I can get at this point as well.
Right,
I mean, not
absolutely.
that these are bad experiences, though. I mean, it's cool, and I kind of, I mean, I was just talking to someone who was like, I like to have my own little space. That's cool.
Yeah,
That's cool
absolutely. You got to.
We don't all need to be.
Yeah, you get to party outside your car in front of a.
Kind of like being in the parking lot.
it's exactly, but the band's actually coming to you. You don't have to stay on lot.
Yeah, I had a great time with Larry and those guys. We did the one in Kings Mountain, and that was
right.
Really the most fun. I mean, it was really about the most fun thing of the summer, because it felt for a minute that we were like at a festival or something. It was great.
Yeah, no kidding. But the one in Kings Mountain, the one where you guys played, that is an actual drive-in theater, correct?
Yeah, that's a theater, and they had it on the giant screen, and then it was FM broadcast to the cars. Our thing is more like, I mean, it's limited. There's only 100. Only 100 cars are going to be admitted, and so we'll have a stage and just a loud PA for everyone to hear, and everyone will stand outside their car. But I mean, that one in Kings Mountain is huge, so it's like you could get a lot of people in there if you did it right. And it was interesting with the FM broadcasting. I mean, I would think the best way to listen to that would be on an actual like old school Walkman with your earbuds in,
Right. But so pretty recently, like right before the pandemic, I think you've joined up with the guys from Big Daddy Love.
Yeah. About a year ago or so. Had a lot of stuff scheduled this year, but we played. We played a bunch of great shows last year and a few this year in the beginning of the year. But yeah, those guys are great friends of mine, and I was happy to come on board and sing and have a good time with them. A lot of things are getting rescheduled with that, and hopefully we'll get back to playing together, again soon. I haven't played with those guys in a while, so I miss them for sure, and they don't live close to me, so I'm kind of the odd man out here in Charlotte. But love those guys, and they're all hanging in there and doing what they got to do otherwise. So hope to get back with them soon.
That's right. So, we asked a couple standard questions here on I'm with the Band, Josh. I'd love to get your take on them. First of all, man, what are you listening to right now besides, your own playbacks and you're trying to write your own music and all that good stuff?
Shoot, I'm trying to think. Like the last couple things I purchased were, I got the Cordova's new album.
Yeah, man, me too.
It's good. I actually pre-ordered the vinyl because I was like, oh, this is cool,
yeah, no doubt.
So I got that. That's good. And then I picked up Sarah Siskin's album. That's a double album, and it has like Jeff Sipe is on it, and a lot of amazing players. But she's amazing too, and I wanted to check out what she was up to. I kind of recently written a couple songs with her, and I just didn't. I know who she is, but I've never met her in person. And so I purchased that and wanted to check her out. And it's really good and
awesome.
Different than I thought it would be and really cool. And then, I just got the Dave's picks in the mail from the Grateful Dead 4-disc set. I'm one of those people that still just buys music and stuff.
Yeah, man, me too. Me too.
So that's the last things that have come in the mail in the past, 2 weeks or so. Gosh. And then it's like, then I got to switch over to think about, okay, what have I been streaming, like it's kind of like different stuff too. And it's fun to have. I like to have Spotify to check it, listen to some new things that I've never heard before, which is really cool.
Yeah, for sure. I think it was like 4 or 5 years ago, my band, Moose and Friends, you and Mark Shimmick and the Cordovas all played in one night in one festival, I think. It's like the Carolina Roots Music Festival.
Did you say Cordovas? Is that what you said?
Yeah, the Cordovas. You and Mark played, and our band opened up for your band, and then you opened up for the Cordovas, and we all played three straight sets.
Yeah, and those dudes were like super tight and polished. We were all like,
"Oh man, they were so good."
Those guys have been living together and practicing every damn day, and you can tell,
Yeah,
I love that.
No doubt.
That's killer. I remember that. That was out at that field where they do the like hot air balloons, right?
Right. Yeah. It's at the Statesville Airport. Yeah. And if Richard Griggs is listening to this podcast, you need to bring that festival back, buddy, because that was a lot of fun.
That was cool.
Right on
about that.
So I'm here again with Josh Daniel of Josh Daniel's Grateful Band and Big Daddy Love. And we'd like for you to head over to the mesh.tv and check out all of our other shows on our network. And we'd also like for you to subscribe to those too. Josh, thanks so much for taking the time to be with us today, man. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tell everybody how we can find your streams and where you're playing next and all that good stuff.
I mean, my website is pretty interactive and pretty, we keep it up to date, and it links you to everything, including the live stream. If the live stream is live, it'll be on my website, which is joshdanielmusic.com. But then it'll link you to the YouTube channel, to the Facebook page and the Facebook fan group. I mean, everything is right there, but you can find me every single day. If you Google Josh Daniel Music, you will see me popping up, YouTube, all that stuff. And now, with so many videos out there, you can easily find me. so just
right on,
Google
man.
me and come on over. It's so much fun. We have
no doubt. Well, Josh, all the best to you and the Jamley and your family and Sonny and all that good stuff, man. We nothing but the best for you.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you guys having me, and just keeping your job rolling like this. I mean,
that's right, man. We got to do something.
Don't just keep on keeping on.
That's right. That's right, man. That's right. This has been I'm with the Band here on the Mesh Podcast Network. Don't forget to be kind to one another and have a great show.
Sweet.
Got nothing new to say. If you please don't back up the track, train's gotta run today. I spent a little time on the mountain, spent a little time on the hill. Oh, like some say you better run away, others say you gotta stand still. I've been told it's hard to run with the way to go. On the other hand, I've heard it said, well, it's just as hard with the way to left. It's just a little change of style. One step done and another begun. I wonder how many more miles. I spent a little time on the mountains, spent a little time on the hill. I saw things get out of hand, but I guess that they always will. I don't know what I've been told. Heat of the sun, a man died of cold. I'll keep on coming on, stand and wait, with the sun so dark and the hour so late. Highway to ride. It's got no signs or dividing lines, very few rules to guide. I spent a little time on the mountain, spent a little time on the hill. I saw things getting out of hand, but I guess that they always will. I've been told, horse don't pull, you got to carry your load. I don't know whose back's that strong. Maybe find out before too long. One way or another, one way or another. kill. One way or another, one way or another, one way or another, this darkness has got to give.